Yeah. So I don't know if any of you saw this, but I thought this was super interesting. Ford just patented a autonomous vehicle repossession patent. So, you've probably seen those jokes or memes on how, like, if you stop paying your Tesla payment, Tesla would just, use the full self-driving to call your vehicle back from you. And then that way they can get your vehicle back in what's called a repossession. But I guess Ford essentially beat them to the punch on patenting it, or I guess maybe they didn't even think about patenting it. But this article is from Motor Authority. Ford is trying to patent technology that would allow cars to repossess themselves. Okay, so Ford is trying to patent the technology. As spotted first by The Drive, a Ford patent application titled System and Methods to Repossess a Vehicle was published by the U.S. Patent and Trade Office on submitted by August 20th. So I thought this was pretty interesting. Like, look at this diagram right here. Like, lending institution, contacts network, hits cell phone, hits the car, and then the car and the chip in the car, and then a medical device. Oh, I see. Like, if the medical facility could contact them and back and forth. But it's funny that a lending institution and a medical device are on the same written schematic here. But let me know what your thoughts on this are, because I mean, at the end of the day, as we get more connected and lined up, I mean, they're kind of like, I guess the closest thing to relate this to is like cell phones. I guess, like, if a cell phone is locked up with a pin and it's lost and or stolen, like, the phone's basically locked up and you can't use it for the most part anyways unless you have the code. But I guess no, that's not really the same thing either. But no, or like, if you have a payment plan on your cell phone and you stop paying it, essentially the phone could be blacklisted, and anybody buying it after could not use these services within the cell phone. Like, they couldn't use it as their own cell phone. So, I mean, as we get more connected, stuff like this is certainly going to happen. And yeah, as vehicles start to drive themselves, as like the robo taxi starts to come out, as Tesla, talked about today during Investor Day, then things like this will certainly start to happen. Or they'll just send their what is it, the Tesla robot to your house and take your car and go home. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. I thought this was funny, so I wanted to show it out here. But let me know what your thoughts on it are.